All right, guys, so this is a video where I do a little bit of what I call tough love coaching, where this individual was telling me that they weren't succeeding, they weren't getting results, they were really depressed, they were down, they had moved home with their parents. And I went in and I audited their business and showed them exactly why they weren't succeeding and what they need to do to turn things around. So this is raw and to the point, but it's coming from the heart. Hope you guys enjoy.
What's up, man?
Hey man, how's it going?
Going. All right. So I guess walk me through. I don't really know much of the situation other than like what I saw in your Loom videos. So walk me through what's up, and then I'll try to just help you as much as I can.
So basically, I was a registered nurse before I came into this whole setting. Got burnt out by the pandemic.
Yep.
Tried doing the online personal training for about 8 months prior to finding you guys. Joined the Elite CEOs. At that time, I was targeting healthcare professionals. I didn't do too good the first month. I was having some family issues, but then the second month, third month, I did hit around like 10K in 30 days. That's probably the best I've done, honestly, since then. And then basically, I just knew that I got all the 10K in 30 days from warm leads, and basically that ran out. So then I knew I needed to get better at messaging. So I started reaching out, basically just focusing on cold. Eventually, prompted me to start working with elite closers because my messaging wasn't that good. So I started working with. During that time, I was living with a girlfriend at the time. She was financing basically this whole thing while I was doing this. She lost her job. I started teaching her messaging. She was working with messaging, and then that just fell out. So basically, I know that I need to just get better at messaging.
Right.
That's one of the biggest things that I'm trying to work on. But at the same time, I had to sell my house, get rid of my tenants, move back with family. So I'm basically trying to step back. During that time, I asked, what do I need to do to get like a messenger? And I need to take pressure off of me. She prompted me, basically said that if we had ads going, that we could have a messenger in place. So then I
Right.
got that in my head. So then I went the whole ads way. They could not target healthcare professionals effectively. So then they wanted to redo the whole audience,
Who's they?
elite ads,
Okay.
Clay. So then that went to a whole.
So like, are you saying like you weren't getting qualified leads? Like, what does that mean? Who are you trying to target?
So now we're targeting 30-year-old men, and
Okay.
basically we've targeted it as using my history as a registered nurse as an authority figure, and then we've like wrapped it around with the name of the program being the hormone balance system. So it's basically the niche is the program. I guess I don't know. I've felt lost too because once I got pushed out, then I got put with for a little bit, and he was telling me just sell to everyone. So then I'm like, yeah, I don't know who I should be targeting, honestly. I feel lost in so many ways.
Okay. So, but I still don't understand. You didn't say what you were targeting. You just said we were running ads and we couldn't target.
Well, we were just doing healthcare professionals in general. So it was like nurses, EMTs, because I was a registered nurse in ER and trauma for so many years. It just made sense that I could relate with them.
Okay. And now you're targeting dudes. Okay. And so what else? Is there anything else?
I don't believe so, man.
Like, let's just make this super simple. What do you spend your time on? So, like, if I followed you around and I was up your ass and I just like was at your hip all day, what would I see you do?
Truthfully, during this time, a lot of it's been just cleaning up all the BS and building an environment that I could actually work in.
What does that mean? You're trying to clean up whatever. What does that mean?
So basically, whenever I moved home, I had to move 3 hours away, but I was still selling my house. So I had to go back and forth all the time, traveling back and forth, dealing with that.
Is
I've
this is
never
this
sold.
because you quit your job and then you're not making money in the online business? Now you have no money, so you
Yeah.
have to move home. Okay, so you moved 3 hours away. What's your actual financial situation look like? Like, are you on your like very slim amount of money? You're kind of at your wits end, like you lost everything. Like, how bad is it?
I'm negative overall. Basically, I'm at 18,000 in cash after selling my house and
Okay.
dealing with everything. Probably getting close to like 45,000 in
Okay.
debt.
And just so I'm clear, where did all the debt come from? I mean, obviously you paid us money. You're paying for lead ads. Did you basically just quit your job and ever since then you've just gone negative? Like you've never made profits, just down, 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 down until you're in a bad situation?
Yeah, pretty much, dude. Had no clue what I was doing. I'll be honest.
Okay. What are you doing now?
Do the basics of just messaging, and content creation and just do that every day.
But I actually want to hear how your time goes. So like walk me through from the second you wake up to the second you go to sleep. Like I need to know like where you're spending your time.
Yeah, normally, so as soon as I wake up, usually between 5 and 6, I'll start working on anything to do with content creation, whatever I'm working on. Well, actually, normally I go through my messages first, see if there's anything that's coming from ads, and then I'll start sending out stuff. That's been decreased just because I don't know who to target specifically right now. I think I'm just lost in that sense.
Okay.
So then usually that's how I spend most of the half of the day. Then right around noon, I'll take a break and I'll go to the gym and then I'll
Okay, so
come back.
just hold on real quick. So 5 a.m. to 12 p.m. you do what? So because you just said half the day. So between 5 a.m. to 12 p.m. what do you do?
Normally it's either wake up, read, consume something like some form of content, like a course that I'm doing, and then I'll start either, oh, actually, no, I'll message, then consume some type of content that I'm working on a skill that I'm trying to get better at, whether it's like something in content creation based. And then it's either scripts, editing, or filming each day. I spread them out over one, basically scripting one day, filming one day, and then editing another day. That's usually the mornings. I'll send out my messages and then I'll send out the messages again, and I'll just be on the messenger. That's been one of the toughest things for me, is an hourly based schedule. And I've actually voiced that from the beginning, and I'm trying to get better at that.
Why is it hard?
I think because of the life I lived before. I lived in an ER trauma setting where we didn't live on a schedule based. It was just you moved as you went. And I lived that lifestyle for so long that I don't know regular structure.
So 5 to 12, you just kind of message, you kind of do content. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay. Then you go to the gym, come back. What time do you come back?
Usually by like 2.
Okay. And then what?
I'm honestly just trying to, yeah, I'm just lost, honestly, dude. I honestly don't know what to do with my time, and I'm not
I
using
know,
it.
but just back up. I'm not asking what you should do. I'm asking what you're doing. So if I watched you all day today, what I'm hearing is you're like from 5 a.m. to 12, you'd see me do a course, message, do content. 12 to 2, you go to the gym. Then you come back from the gym. What do you do? I'm not asking what you should do. I'm asking what you're
Yeah.
doing. And if you don't know, be like, I don't know. I'm doing all kinds of shit. But I'm trying to get an idea of what you're spending your time doing.
Just constantly consuming, trying to understand. So like I do consume a lot of content. I feel like in the evenings that's what I spend a lot of time doing. I mean, I can come up with every excuse. I'm not going to come up with
Okay,
excuses.
so first thing you need to understand is like building a business is harder than a job.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you genuinely want a business, what you're doing is harder than what you've done. Being a registered nurse is hard. This is harder. Okay, so this isn't like a lot of people, they get it confused. Oh yeah, this is gonna be easy. It's like, yeah, it's like, it's easy once you have a team. It's not easy until then. It's very difficult. From what I'm hearing, it's like, you're not making any sales. So how do you make sales? Very simple. More messages, more calls. How do you get more messages and calls? You either start them yourself or you run ads. But the problem is, it's like, I mean, I'm going to talk to as well, but it's almost like, what's the point of running ads if you can't even get them to convert to sales? You're just going more negative. You should be creating zero content. You should be taking zero courses. You should be consuming zero social media. You shouldn't even look at it unless you're DMing someone. There's no point in consuming any content. Why consume for what? What benefit are you going to get? Zero. Okay. From the second you wake up till the second you close your eyes, the only thing you should be doing is messaging or you're on sales calls. And that's it. You know how you get good at messaging? You do a lot of it. And then you get coaching on messaging, and that's it. And you don't get help on anything else. You don't need to shoot content. You don't need scripts. You don't need Kajabi portals. You don't need to watch another video unless it has something to do about messaging and it's from elite CEOs and it's something you have access to. That's it. Getting content from a bunch of different sources, it's going to be very confusing what to do because everyone's different. Everyone says something a little differently. I mean, to me, it sounds like you're just confused and you're doing all kinds of that doesn't drive result. Content does not drive sales. Content is the only reason I do content is because I'm trying to scale my company into massive amounts of money. And I'm also trying to build my person. I'm in a different space than you. You're trying to survive. Like you're just trying to live, dude. So I'm going to make this extremely simplistic for you. If you want to get out of debt, and you want to win and you want to live a good life or whatever your goals are, you have to decide if you're going to do what it takes. Okay. I will tell you what it will take. And then you have to decide if you will do it. And that is it. If you will do it, you will win. If you don't do it, you will not win. So effort is not how you win. The reason I asked for your schedule is because you just told me, you're just like, I was doing 20 grand of 25 grand a month. Now she's doing 25 grand a week after talking to me. Why? Because she's doing stupid shit. You're doing stupid shit. So whatever anyone's told you, I'm telling you from the top, and I'm at the top of the spear. So anyone below you, push aside what they said. You're doing stupid shit. You should be doing zero content. If you have an Instagram, you have just enough content that if people come and look at your stuff, they get an idea. That's it. I mean, dude, I had 9 pieces of content. I didn't post for a year. I didn't need to because it didn't matter. It's like it's like I needed sales calls. The way you get sales calls is you message. This is your entire day. All right, break this down for you. So here I'm gonna walk you through, and like I'm gonna make this very simple because I'm gonna explain to you what you're doing versus what I did. Okay, I'm no different than you. So here's what you do. You're like 5 a.m. get up. We'll just do 5 a.m. to 12 p.m. Some content, some messaging, some courses. Okay, last thing you need is a course. There's no course you need. You need 0 courses. The only thing you should be watching on a video is messaging training inside our Facebook group, and you should be on every messaging call moving forward. From today till you die, until you are told that you're good, you should be on every messaging call, every time, without question. It's not even a question. Every single one. If that's your whole issue, it's like, why are you not on all those calls? You shouldn't be asking for any help outside of messaging. Every question you ask should be about messaging. All of it. There's nothing else you should be doing. So 5 to 12, you do that. Then 12 to 2, you go to the gym. You need to keep the gym because you need to blow steam. Okay. If you don't do that, it's going to be bad. Then 2 till bed. I don't know what you're doing. You're like, I don't know. This is the schedule you just gave me. Okay. I didn't make that up. You made it up. Here's what I did. This is my day. I'll just make it very simple for you. That's all I did. I did nothing else. 0. Mm-hmm. This was the least important. You know what I did for a client text? I sent 1 text in the morning. I'd wait for everyone to respond. Once everyone pretty much responded, I'd answer back, and then maybe a couple people would send me a text or 2 back, and that would be it for the day. The entire day, all I did was this. Okay. How does that look? Well, in your shoes, you have no money. So this is how it looks. 20 to 30 per hour, every hour. There's nothing else you should be doing except sending DMs all day until you send so many DMs that it's impossible that you will still suck. You just have to do the work, bro. Like there's no way around it. There's no like watching a course or making content or going to the gym or like, dude, there's no way around this shit. You should be sending 20 to 30 per every hour, new combos. So here's your to-dos. When you're not doing that, what do you think you're doing? Responding to combos. Whoa, it's really different here. We're really mixing it up. When you're not doing that, you're on sales calls. That's it. There's nothing else you should be doing with your time. No courses, and then like the only other thing is like ask a question. That's it. That if you're doing anything besides these 4 things, it's a literal waste of your time. There's no point. You will not move forward. You will not make more sales. You will not get more sales calls. Like the way businesses scale is you have to have more of these. The way you get more of those is you get more of this. The way you get more of that is more of this. So it's like, think through like what's happening. I'm going to talk to as well, but like, think through what's happening. You're running ads to have more conversations that you say you suck at. What good is that? Well, yeah, it's easier. Sure. But you're just wasting money. Like that's no good. The way you get good at the skill is you have to work the skill. And the way you do it when you're not good is you have to do it for free because you have no money. That's the whole point of ads. Ads is amplifying what's working. You told me you suck at messaging. So you're basically trying to amplify what you're not good at. That's not good. So this is your schedule. This is not your schedule. This content, cut it out. It's useless. There's no, unless you're shooting a fucking ad, which should take you literally 60 seconds or less. There is no point in shooting any more content. You have plenty of content. There are no courses you need to take. All the courses you have, you've paid for. You got access to our shit, right? We have like 200,000 DMs a month. 200,000. No one in the industry does more than us. You don't need any courses from anyone else. They don't do as much as we do. I promise you, it's not even close. Think of it this way. Let's say in a day, hypothetically, you send 100 DMs, okay? And that's half a day. So let's say you're so busy. It's like, oh my God, Tanner, I just can't send any more DMs. I'm getting so many responses and I have so many sales calls. Let's just say hypothetically you send 100 DMs a day. And out of those 100 DMs, 30 respond. Okay. If you're actually good, you can get 5 calls. If you're trash, you can close 1 to 2. If you haven't seen my sales training, watch it. It's like, it's gold. You'll close way more deals. I did a call yesterday in the group by a fitness guy. Watch the call, like learn. Those are the only things you should be watching, messaging or calls. Until you have calls, not really a big deal because you don't have any calls. Once you're getting calls, yeah. But if you did this every single day, then all of a sudden in a week, let's say 5 calls per day, 6 days a week, then you do a half day. So you're going to get about 32 calls a week. If you're, that would be 9 sales. Now, granted, when you're doing cold DMs, it can sometimes take a little longer. Let's just say you don't get that many calls. I don't know. Let's just cut the numbers down. Let's do 2 calls and you only close 1 out of every 5 calls. Okay. So let's say it takes you 3 days to get a sale. So you get 2 sales in a week. Like, dude, you will crawl yourself out of this ditch you put yourself in. Like I was doing $50,000 a month organically. You know what I did all day? All I did was these 2 things all day. That's all I did. That's all I did all day, every day. For 6 months, I did that all day, every day. You know what? I took a half day Sunday. I had no life. I had no girls. I didn't party. I talked to no friends, nothing. It was terrible. I hated it, but I hated being poor more than I hated doing the work. Once I figured that out, guess what I did? Then I ran ads. You know why? Because I knew I could convert. I knew what to say. I knew what to do on the sales calls. You don't. Part of like what we're probably doing as coaches, or I don't know your situation. I'm sorry if like whatever's happened shouldn't have happened. But if you're not good at messaging, no amount of ads will save you. If that's the case, then what we need to do is like, you need to go back to the beginning and you need to do the work. You need to DM. You need to message. You need to learn how to do it. I'm going to make this very simple for you. If you're doing a cold DM, it's very simple, especially for fitness. Before I move on, I know this is not what you want to hear, but this is the truth. Yes. What you're doing over here is you're avoiding doing the work that you know you should be doing. That's why your schedule is like this, because you're basically like, well, I suck at this, but I don't want to send cold DMs. And so I'm going to hope and pray to God that somehow these ads will just magically work. I mean, dude, if you think about what you're doing, is it really a surprise that you're losing right now? I don't think it is. It's not like, Tanner, I send 200 DMs every day for the last 3 months, man. I just can't work. It's like, no, you're doing nothing that you should be doing. And if someone didn't tell you this, that's why I got on the call.
I came to the conclusion that messaging was where the issue is. I feel good on sales calls. I know that messaging's the issue.
Yeah, so
he's wanting to pull back.
Right. Yeah. And like being fully transparent, bro, like this is why it's hard to be a CEO of a big company, because you're far away from the action. Stuff trickles down. People are not doing it right. I mean, we fired. This is why part of it.
Yeah.
Ads way better. That's part. I agree. It's like, he should have told you that. Someone should have had this conversation with you, you know, maybe before you had to sell your house and lose your girlfriend and everything else.
Yeah.
Now you had to learn the hard way. You should not be doing anything outside of this. Nothing. If you get blocked on IG, you go to Facebook. You get blocked on Facebook, you go to IG. You get blocked on both, go to fuck. I don't give a shit. Like there's nothing else that's going to help you generate sales except talking to human beings. There's only 2 ways to do it. You send them a message or they message you. You've done the ads, but it doesn't matter, because if you're spending it, like if you're spending money on ads, plus you're paying us and you're not getting results, that's a problem. Now, if you're getting results, that's one thing. But if you're spending 3 G's a month and you're making 0, you're just putting yourself in an even worse and worse situation. If you're working with like elite ads, then, and you're going to do that, at the very least, you need to be getting messaging calls as often as you can. Like literally, it's like that's your whole bottleneck apparently. Yeah. It's not sales calls because you can't get them. There is nothing else you need to do. If you send 100 DMs a day for 30 days, 3,000 messages, and you don't get a couple sales, you should do something else. It's a numbers game, dude. So stop like thinking it's different. Like this is no different. It's the same thing. You just aren't good at it. Okay. So this is what you need to do first. Now, the next thing is like, all right, I'm going to make this very simple for you in terms of scripting. Cold DMs are very easy in fitness. The goal of a DM is to get them to book a call, okay? A triage call, excuse me. So what you need to do is in order. So these are cold DMs, okay? So you reach out, you're like, relate. So you say, hey, Tom, hope this isn't weird to say, but saw that picture of you and your girl, super cute. I'm from a big family. Just had to say something. They're going to be like, oh, thanks, man. Da, 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 da. I'm like, yeah, no problem. I'm curious, like, what do you do for work? They're like, well, I'm a registered nurse. You're like, oh, no, shit, I was a registered nurse too. You don't say anything except acknowledge and ask a question. Acknowledge, you ask. Acknowledge, you ask. You don't go off into Wonderland. When you're asking questions, you're in control. When you're not asking questions, they're in control. You don't leave anything without a question, and text like it's a girl. Like you, hey, what's up? Send. Are we gonna hang out later? Send. Like that. You don't want to do these big paragraphs because it looks salesy. Okay, so I relate. And I'm like, what do you do for work? Okay, there's also a YouTube video I want you to watch. Okay, this is the only content you need to consume. There's a YouTube video. You're gonna go to Tanner Chittister. Okay, you're gonna go here. You're gonna go here. You're gonna watch this one. Okay, so this is literally a guy who I coached him all in messaging. He's in our program. He's a fitness guy. Watch that. Okay, if you ever need to see sales calls, you can go here, but like you don't need that. You need this. So there's that. Watch that later. There's gonna be more videos coming out. You can watch those videos. So relate. Hey, super cool car, dude. Love Corvettes. Like, how's it ride? Sick, man. Yeah, dude. Appreciate that. Yeah, no worries, dude. What do you do for it? Acknowledge question. I don't say, I'm not going off in space. Oh, I'm a registered nurse. Oh, sick, dude. Does it keep you busy? Yeah, it keeps me busy. Dude, totally get it. I was a registered nurse too. Does that make it hard to work out? Okay, you're in the pitch now. That's all you have to do. It's very simple. Relate. What do you do for work? Does it keep you busy? Does that make it hard to work out? Is it going to be like freaking perfect every time with the person? Of course not. But if you know what questions you need to ask, then you know where to take the conversation. If I know that to get you to do what I want, I need to ask you about your car, then if you try to lead the convo away from the car, I'm going to pull it back. So if you know that this is what you need to do, if they're not following your process, you know where you need to lead, right? You lead people by asking questions. So if he's like, yeah, thanks, man, da-da-da, do you have kids? I'm like, yeah, I got kids, da-da-da. What do you do for work? He's like, well, dude, like, how old are you? How old's your daughter? How's this? I'm like, yeah, she's great, man. She's like 4, da-da-da. But like I said, like, I'm curious, like, are you registered nurse too? Do you see how, like, I pull it back? Like, I don't care where he's trying to take me. I'm in control. So then once I do this, does it keep you busy? Yeah, it keeps me busy. Does that make it hard to work out? Oh yeah, dude, definitely does. Cool. What's your goal? What's your struggle? What have you tried before? Have you ever had a coach? I don't care what they say. I'm just acknowledging. I don't care. I don't care if you tell me, what's your struggle? It's this. Oh, okay, totally get it. What have you tried? That? Okay, totally get it. Have you ever had a coach? I'm trying to make these combos as quick as possible. I'm not trying to drag it out and like talk about dinner and stuff. Like, and then it's here, I transition. So it's like, every coach is like, cool. So I don't know if you want help or not, but I do this fitness stuff all day long. Happy to give you some pointers if you like, but I always like to check first, LOL. Like, and send it like a text. Don't send like this big block. Send it in a text. Like, cool. So I don't know if you want this fitness help, want help or not. Send. I'll do it for you so you can see how it's split up. But I do this fitness stuff all day long. Send. Happy to give support. You're like, always like check first. LOL. Send. Okay. That's how it should look. All right. So I'll put like a little divider here so you can see like, this is like literally a text block. And then they'll usually be something like, yeah, that'd be great. And you're like, cool. So instead of typing out messages, I can do a quick call. Send. Here's my number. Okay. If you have questions, ask. What's yours? Okay. And you put your number in here, right? Here's my number. What's yours? Then you call him. If he doesn't pick up, be like, you can like follow up and be like, hey, LOL, sorry if that was like over the top, whatever. Just do what you would do in a normal situation. If you never know what to do, think about it from the other person's perspective. Be like, okay, if I had someone do that to me, what would they need to say for me to re-engage? So here's my number. What's yours? Then you call. On the call, you just ask the same questions. On the call, these are cold DMs. On the call, ask the same. Hey, what's up, man? This is Tanner Chittister. How are you? Cool, dude. Well, dude, look, like, I'm not gonna take some of your time. I just got a couple questions. So let's just kind of start at the top. What's the goal? What's the goal? Okay, cool. Yeah, and you said that a little bit in the messages. Okay.
And then what are you struggling with? Okay, what have you tried? Okay, yeah, coach. Okay, cool, man. So look, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send you over an email. It's gonna have some more specific questions like your weight, your diet, stuff you do like that. And then, you know, once I get those specifics, if that looks good, we'll go from there and we'll book a call. Sound good? Like another call. Yeah? All right, cool, man. Dude, super pleasure talking to you. Thanks so much for the time. Hang up. Then you send the email. All right, I'm going to send you the email that I used. You're going to be able to see that I used it because it literally is going to be from 2017. This is one of my first clients. Here it is. All right. I literally sent this email. Here's the email I sent, and here's the questions. Okay, bro? So what I just sent you is the questions I asked and his answers. Do you see this? So look, here's my question. Here's his answers. Okay. That's my application because this is from organic. So it's not from ads. So these could be your followers, IG comments, hashtags, whatever. Do you know all about that stuff? I hope you have if you're a client.
I'm just confused because like I was always sending my application from Elite 360. So you think from like organic?
That's fine. That's yeah, but for organic, it's like they're not from an ad. You can send it wherever the you want. I don't care.
Okay.
I'm just like, I send an email. So all I'm getting at is like what is in the email is what's important. It's not that I send an email. You can send it however you want to send it. It's like if you get home safe, it doesn't matter if you're in an Escalator or Lamborghini. It's pointless. It's like it's just a vehicle. Okay. So I'm just showing you like Elite 360 did not exist in 2017. Okay, so send email, send form, you get what I'm saying. Okay.
Yeah.
All I care about, I want you to look at what I asked. What's your age? Don't care. What's your weight? Don't care. Body fat? Don't care. Foods he likes? Don't care. Foods you hate? Don't care. Why am I asking? So it's not so obvious what I am looking for, but I don't really care. How many days you work out? Don't care. How much time? Don't care. Don't care. Don't care. This is what I care about. My programs are about teaching, not just surrendering your ground. I tell clients it's a one-time investment. After the program, you should never need another coach program again because I'll teach you every last thing you need to know. With that said, are you willing to invest? He said yes. You even see here, if they said on the call, money's tight, look what I said. Okay. On a scale 1 to 10, where are you? Want to make sure it's important. That's it. This is all I cared about, dude. And then if it was good, I booked the sales call. If it wasn't good, what do you think I did?
Didn't book it, I guess.
No, what would you do? What would you do if someone booked a sales call with you and they put answers that weren't advantageous? What would you do?
I guess handle those objections prior.
Yes. How would you do that? Like if you booked a sales call with me and you put the answers and you booked it through Instagram, where would I reach out?
The Instagram DM.
Instagram. I'd be like, hey, saw your application. You know, you said you weren't willing to invest. What did you mean by that? I'm gonna start beating the objection before the sales call, right? Why am I taking a sales call if they said they're not even gonna invest? Okay. And then once that works, book sales call. Then if you suck at sales calls, study Tanner training and get better at that. I mean, this is all you should be doing, dude. Like this is your whole life. This is it. You do a cold DM, you relate, you ask what they do for work, you ask them if it keeps them busy, then you start asking the questions. Does that make it hard to work out? What's your goal? What's your struggle? Have you tried? Cool. I don't know if you want help or not, but I do this fitness stuff all day long. Happy to give some pointers. Cool. Great. Here's my number. What's yours? Call. Okay. Then you call right here. On the call, you ask the same up here. Send the email or the form, right? Elite 360. You're like, I'm confused. There's nothing to be confused about. It's the same thing. Just get the answers. Then if it goes well, you book the sales call. Then on the sales call, if you can't do it, you study my trainings. I do sales trainings in the group. You need to know when the messaging trainings are and the sales trains. The only way out is if you get good at sales and messaging. You're not going to get out of this by creating content. You're not going to get out of this by coaching. You're not going to get out of this by being shredded. You're not going to get out of this by dating girls. Your parents can't save you. You have to save yourself, dude. I've been where you're at. You have to understand, like, you are the only person who can get you out of this bull. That's it. This is all you should be doing. There's nothing else you should be doing besides this. If this works, then you can run ads. I will talk to and have him watch this video, and then I'll decide what we're doing with that. But it's like, at the end of the day, bro, it's like the ads doesn't help you if you can't get people on a call and close. And if you're like, oh, well, it's this and that. It's like, no, it's not. It's you. It's not the leads. It's not the ads. It's you. You have to get good. You have to push people through. Even if you had the best leads, it's like, if you can't even do this, what makes you think you're going to get ads? Ads is like, I mean, it's cold traffic, bro. It's as hard as it gets. If you can do cold DMs, you can do ads, but it's like, you can't do either. When you made all your sales, that you said it, oh, they were all warm leads. Yeah, exactly. That's a discrepancy in the data. That's not even real. This is the real This is like how businesses are made. I haven't had warm leads in 5 years. All I'm going to say, and then I'll turn over the time to you, is like, if you don't want to do this, don't do it. Like, if you just want to have a job and be less stressed out, you can do that. Jobs are way less stressful. Trust me. Being where you're at in your life, it's like, this will be the worst time of your life if you're going to build this business. It will never get worse than this, but you're in a bad spot. So you have to decide if you actually want to crawl your ass out of this hole. If you had a gun to your head and you had to make as many sales in 30 days, you sure as wouldn't be shooting content. And you sure as hell wouldn't be like, well, I don't really know what I'm doing. Two o'clock. I don't know, man. I'm just kind of like, you wouldn't be watching courses. What the fuck you watch a course for? Bro, I'd be like, bro, go talk to as many people as you can, as fast as you can. So why aren't you doing that? I don't know, but that's what you should be doing. Is this what you want to do forever? No. Is it sustainable forever? No. How do you think you're going to build a team when you can't even do the skill that you're trying to teach someone to do? You think hiring a messenger for $4,000 a month is going to be better than you? Is that what your hope is? Oh, this person I'm paying 50 grand a year is going to be better at this than I am, and they're going to build my 7-figure company for me.
Yeah.
Dude, no way. There's not one person on my team who's better at stuff than I am. Now, that might be a downfall of me. Like maybe that's my problem. Maybe that's why my business hasn't scaled to, 800 trillion, because I don't hire better people than me, and I should, right? But it's just like, especially in the beginning of a company, you're hiring for potential, not talent. I mean, these people will not have a lot of talent, dude. They're going to be trash. They're going to, like, you're basically just like, hey, if you can do it 80% as good as me, we're good. That's the only way out of your situation. Okay. I don't care what course you take. I don't care who you hire. I don't care what they say to you. They're all full of shit. There's only 2 ways to generate leads. You pay for it, or you spend your time sending messages. And anyone who tells you not to do that, well, let's put it to the test. Gun to the head, who's going to die at the end of the month? The guy who sends 100 DMs a day, or the guy who sends 0 DMs a day and hopes people just sign up? It sounds like you're just kind of praying. You're like, oh, I'm going to post this content and hopefully I get enough people who see it and they want to message me or something. Like, bro, like, no, you're not going to go viral. Recap, and then I'll shut up. First thing is, like, I'm being genuine. Decide what you want to do. Like, take the rest of the day, turn your phone off, meditate, and really think, do I really want to get out of this situation? Like, do I really want to do it? Okay. Because there's a difference between when I wanted to play in the NFL, I did everything I could think of times 10. I was that. You need to genuinely decide if this is what you want. Because if you don't, I'm telling you, bro, it ain't worth it. This is so hard. Like, what you're about to go through is not fun. It's just like, there's nothing fun about what I just told you to do. It's the worst time I ever had in business, but it's what makes it worth it. Because when I get to where I'm at now, it's like, I did that. I went through this. It is not easy. Okay. So that's number one. If you decide you want to do it and you do anything other than what I told you, you will fail. 3 months from now, or 6 months from now, or a year from now, you'll look back and go, you know what? I sure wish I had listened to Tanner, because whatever that I was doing with this content bullshit and courses didn't help me. You don't need any more. You don't need to learn anything else except this. You don't need to take any more courses. You don't need to watch any more videos. All you need is messaging. Like, I'll talk to you. You might be better off just getting coaching for messaging, bro, and just literally message, and just, that's all you get help with. And you just message people, hey, what do I say here? What do I say here? Until it's just ingrained in your soul. Once you've done that and you're starting to make sales, then you can run ads. Once you run ads, then you can start trying to hire a team. And then, from there, you'll have options. But bro, like, you got no cash. You have no options. Yeah. What questions do you have, if any? Do you have questions?
I don't think so. I mean, I knew what you were going to say. I already knew that this was what I had to do already. I knew I had too much pressure. I had too much chaos going on, and that I needed to get to the
base.
It's
also like, I just want you to also look like, whatever happens in your life, you want to be the man. You can't let that affect you. Okay. Like, dude, I've been running this business for 6 years. If you think I don't have bad days or I have to happen in my life, you're psycho. Trust me. I got 100 people on payroll. I got my personal life problems. I've got family problems. I've got all kinds of bullshit. So it's like, you can't let outside circumstances affect what's happening here. Okay. I don't care if your girlfriend gets mad at you or cusses you out. It's like, you'll die before you don't send 100 DMs a day until you're making money. It's, even if you're the worst messenger ever, if you do it every day and you keep doing it and you keep doing it, eventually you won't suck as much. That's just how it works. There's no other way around it. it's just like sports. If you're the worst basketball player, but you practice every day for 3 to 10 hours or whatever, you will eventually not be as bad. I'm not saying you're gonna be Michael Jordan, but you sure as hell won't be as bad as you are now. Don't let whatever's happening in your personal life or happening outside the scenes or things you cannot control affect what happens here. Because bro, like the world is not very nice. Like you get exactly what you put in. So if you put in the work, you will get results. If you don't, you will not. And they don't really care. Like if you had a bad day or you had a boo-boo, they don't give a like no one cares, bro. And I mean, that's the honest truth. People think I'm, but I'm not. I'm just like no one helped me when I was down. No one's coming to save you. No one's coming for you. You're fucked right now, unless you decide to change. So here's my genuine advice. I put the Google Doc in there, grab that. Put the YouTube video in there, grab that. I forwarded you the emails to send, you have that. I will talk to the team and about possibly moving you to something else or stopping your payments or something. Cause like the reality is like, if you're getting help to get better at the problem, great. If you're not, it's stupid. Okay. And I'm not here to make money off people who are poor. Like I'm here to make money off people who make money. So I'm not here to put you in a worse situation, but dude, like you've got to take control of this shit. Even the coaches like built 3 multi-million-dollar companies is also very good. What I want you to just decide is like, if you decide to go down this path, it's going to suck. You're going to wake up and you're not going to enjoy it. You're probably going to doubt yourself most days. Most people will probably laugh at you or if you told them what's going on. It is what it is. Decide if you're going to do what it takes. If you're not, by all means, for sake, shut this down and go on to the next job and cut your losses. Like seriously, like what? It's like for what? Like what are you killing yourself? Like what is this for if you're not going to do it? So just decide, like, that's it. Do it or don't, but it's going to get a lot worse before it gets better. This is going to get 10 times worse because you haven't been doing what you're supposed to do. That's all I really have. I'm going to talk to the team. Give me a bit. I've got calls back to back until about 8 o'clock, but bro, just decide what you want to do. Because if you don't want to do it, stop spending money on ads and stop wasting your time and all this bullshit. Just like go back, get a job and be less stressed out. Because like all the stress you're feeling is like you're stressed out because you're not even doing anything to get yourself out of the situation. You're just making it worse. You know what I'm saying? Like just put all the bullshit to the side and just focus on what I told you to do. And you don't think about anything besides that. And if you are getting tanked, you go to the gym, you go to sleep, you have an ice cream, you close your eyes, you get up and you do it again. That's it. There's nothing else. There's no meditation or book reading or anything that's going to save you. You just have to do the work. That's the work. It's that simple. Like it's not easy, but it is simple. It's like, if I want to get a 6-pack, it's very simple. It's not easy, but it's like stop eating fat food. Simple. Spend the rest of the day deciding what you want to do. If you want to do this, that's what it's going to take. Trust me. I know exactly what I'm talking about. I built this whole show. Okay. No one else on the team can give you better advice than me. That is the best advice I can give you. If you don't want to do it, shut this down, go get a job. Stop wasting your time. It's not worth it if you ain't going to do it, bro. If you're going to put one toe in the water and pull it back out, it ain't going to work. Either get in or get the fuck out. Don't keep doing this shit in the pond. Okay. I care about you as a person. I want you to do well. I didn't take this call because I get paid for it. I took this call because I saw you look distressed in the video. And I know where you've been. I've been there. I know what you're feeling is really difficult right now, but that is the only thing that's going to save you. Okay. So I have no dog in the fight. If you decide you don't want to build this business anymore and you want to move on to other shit, no one's going to judge you for it. Okay. I wouldn't judge you for it, but for sake, don't move forward unless you're genuinely going to do what I told you to do. If you do that, I promise you will start making sales. You will start getting calls. You will start making deposits. You'll start making money. You will crawl out of this. Okay. If you're not willing to do that, shut it down before it gets any worse. Stop paying us money for ads and all this other horse shit and just move the fuck on, dude. I'm here to like help you make money. That's the real advice. So, but yeah, bro, like this is why most people don't start businesses. It's hard. Like if I can't get shit done at Elite CEOs, you think someone else is going to get it done? Absolutely not. You have any final questions?
There's no way I'm giving up on this. I've already invested too much into it. It's what I want to do.
All right. So
I know what to do now.
If that's your decision, then do the stuff I told you to do. I'm going to talk to the team, see what we can do on our side, see what the best option is. It may not be in your best interest to run ads anymore. And you may just need to like a group training
or something, and you just show up to all the group calls every fucking day until you're a beast, and you just practice. I mean, it's like, you need to implement, bro. Like, we're here to help people implement, and it doesn't sound like you've implemented. So you don't need more information. You need execution, right? So like, I'm here for you. You're going to feel very alone on this journey. You're by yourself. You're at your parents' house. They don't get it. Friends don't get it. Girl don't get it. I get it, dude. Like, I know how you're feeling, but this is why most people fail, because when it gets hard, they quit. This is it. This is the moment of truth. You can either use this as like your stepping stone and be like, dude, yeah, I remember how that call with Tanner, and this can be like one of the most pivotal moments in your life, or you can do nothing with it and you'll be like, yeah, whatever, that business didn't work. I mean, it's your call, but like, this is your moment. I just want you to understand that, like, you can control this outcome. You're in control. I don't care how bad you think you are. First, stop saying you're bad at messaging. And two, it's like, I don't care if you're the worst messenger on earth. If you talk to enough people, you will close. You will make sales. It is a numbers game. It is not complex. People just don't want to do it because it's hard. You can do it. At the end of the day, when you go to sleep, did you send the 100 DMs? Did you get conversations? Did you book calls or not? And if you do, all of a sudden we'll go this way. If you don't, we'll continue to go this way. That's it. It's that simple. Don't do anything else other than what I told you to do. Not a single thing. Don't even think about it. All right, I got to bounce, dude. I'm praying for you. Hang in there. But like, this is it. No one's coming for you, bro. Okay. You can pray to him all you want, but it's like, all he's going to do is give you the opportunity. This was your prayer. If you were praying, this is what he sent. This is your angel. I'm not doing the messaging for you. This is what you get. He sent me, hopefully, if you were praying, and this is all you're going to get. So from here, it's on you, bro. All right. God bless, dude. Bye.